Good evening, folks. It's Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project and Magnetic Reversal News, bringing you a grand solar minimum update. Friday, June 7th, 1:30 a.m. Mountain Time. You're looking at record flooding to continue through the third week of June. Midwest, Southeast, Upper Midwest. The Great Lakes will continue to rise. The Mississippi will continue to swell from the mid-continent south, and the Southeast is going to be buried. This is after heavy snow falling in the Northwest over the next few days. Through your weekend, Alberta, BC, Washington, Oregon, Idaho, buried. Montana, and the high country of northwestern Wyoming. Keep calm, it's boom time. Hopefully you weren't climbing on Mount Rainier this week. Climbers rescued from Mount Rainier after 3 days in snow. And that is not a ho-ho-ho. That's a big bill. Park rangers successfully rescued 4 climbers on Mount Rainier by helicopter Thursday morning. They'd been stranded 13,000 feet up the mountain since Monday, which was not their fun day because each and every one of them loves Al Gore. The 4 climbers in their 30s who believe in global warming are recovering from exposure to global warming goodness called cold and snow, but are otherwise awake and alert. And that's tonight's first boom, which we don't even have up. But we will, because I just got a new screen and I just typed in the boom information. Boom! There it is. Do not climb on Mount Rainier during grand solar minimums, unless it's August. Some colorful maps are coming out. They show how much snow Michigan had this past winter, and it was a ton. 171 inches in Gaylord. Winter snowfall totals for 2018-2019 graphic showing 171 inches in lower Michigan snowbelts in Mancelona. Not to be confused with Barcelona, which is over in Spain. In the eastern upper peninsula, Paradise was the snow lover's paradise with 175 inches of snow this winter. That's 14.5 in feet. Total winter snowfall 2018-2019 looking epic. 8 foot or more in the maroon. 15 to 20 feet. Some areas recording 30 feet here of snow. That's 30 feet of snow. Marquette had 227.6 inches of snow this winter, or 19 feet. And they said we were never going to see snow. Rain, snow showers, and cooler air to sweep across northwestern U.S. through late week. And there's a wildfire, which has nothing to do with it. The mild start to June across northwestern U.S. will come to an end. And it has nothing to do with global warming, because it's going to be very cold. Temperatures will be held at bay in the upcoming weekend as the storm system passes through the region. A dip in the jet stream will bring a brief end to warm and dry start to June in parts of the West, and global warming alarmists will shut the front door, AccuWeather meteorologist Ryan Adamson said. The change to more cloudier and cooler air that begins on Thursday will continue through Friday, Saturday, Sunday, into your fun day. Saturday is here, Saturday. Severe thunderstorms into Thursday evening, hail, downpours, damaging winds, Bozeman, Great Falls, Idaho Falls, Salt Lake City, looking pretty, definitely gritty. Damaging winds, AccuWeather local storm max 70 mile per hour. Some cities at risk for storms are, I just told you, on Friday locally severe storms will shift further to the east along Wyoming and western portions of the Dakotas. Over the span of May 29th to June 5th, temperatures average 3 to 7 degrees Fahrenheit above normal. That's about to change. 10 to 20 degrees below normal for much of the region in Washington and Oregon, especially in those desert areas. Hikers and campers could get caught off guard with the push of cold air and should be prepared to bring extra layers to freeze their arse off. The cool air will aid in wildfire efforts across the region. The Highway 243 fire, among others, continues to burn in Washington state. And I do believe we have some footage of that, which we will show you now with audio. Thankfully. Do that. Do it now. Thumbs up, double thumbs up to the new setup. And let's try to get out of here. Let's get out of Dodge. You're trying to get out of here. Holy, scary video showing, let's get out of here. Oh my God. Storm brings hail damaging winds to San Antonio. That's in Texas, where Rex Bear is in that region currently. I have some top secret information, but I'm not privy to share it with you. Rex is going to be a movie star. Fast-moving storms with hail and damaging winds knocked out power to more than 50,000 CPS Energy customers Thursday afternoon, National Weather Service meteorologists said. Not only that, I found an article that said it as well. More than 53,000 people without power as hailstorms pummel Texas, which is the nexus of your schmexus. Damn, that's bright. I look like Paleface. I got a lot of sun. Let me get some color. Wow, I look much better there. The Great Lakes are overflowing with record amounts of water and CIA kayakers. Holy sh! Lake Erie and Lake Superior broke records for average water levels in May, as did Lake St. Clair on Detroit's eastern edge. According to the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, in May, Lake Erie also reached its highest level on record forever. Record or near record high. Isn't this funny? Global warming alarmists for the last 5 years have been telling us we're going to burn up and endless drought. It's over, Johnny. No more snow. Record or near record high water levels are forecast to continue in the summer before making the usual downturn into fall, which I do not see on the graphics. And I'm going to show you the facts right now. June 6th, year to date, precipitation in the upper Midwest. You're looking at the graphic now. Boom! It's like you could blow it up and you could boom it right in your face. Year to date, there is not a single spot on this map, which is very hard to keep blown up here. Lake Erie, Lake Ontario, Michigan. This entire region I'm circling, all above 110%. Over here towards Ohio and PA. Ohio mostly above 150. All of Michigan above 150 with areas above 200%. Are you picking up what we've just put down? Year-to-date precipitation in much of the Great Lakes is running 150 to 200+% normal. Lake Superior in Michigan and Huron. Difference from the lowest recorded month average in May, up to 61 inches in Michigan, Huron, 42 inches in Superior, higher. 18 inches longer than the monthly average in Superior, 32 inches higher in Michigan and Huron. The outlook from the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers is bleak. The Great Lakes are going to continue to come up and won't peak until August or September. August or September. And they're going to peak higher than they've ever peaked. They must have got the good shrooms, man. Wow, they're doing the hero dose up there in the upper Midwest. Not only that, we've just ripped through flood stage here in Pagosa Springs just an hour ago. I was waiting for it. Let's refresh the data. Holy sh! Everyone get your kayaks, get your boats, get your catarafts. The river is class 3+ and is about to crush. It's about to break bridges and flood valleys. Holy macaroni. I love it when a plan comes together. Are you listening, Alan? Alien Alan up in the central Cannon Valley there in the Arkansas River drainage basin, one of the most beautiful places on earth, has been guiding his entire life there. Has the least amount of deaths on his raft than any other guide. And he still continues to do it. Guys, a lot of you met him at LeCon. Awesome dude. At admissions, we love Alan. He gave out honey like it was water. I have like 32 pounds here. Everyone I talk to has his honey. It's totally funny. Not only that, the Arkansas River is now up at 2,000 CFS. When it gets to 6,000, game over, kids. They're going to shut that river down this year. First time. And, well, I don't have the statistics. Alan, put them below. But I do digress. Check that out. We just went above 9 feet, which is flood stage. Little tippy touch of things to come. We still have 21 inches of rain stored up in the mountains here in Pagosa. 21 inches, which means that this is not the crest of the river. This is the first runoff, and then there'll be a second runoff up here. Maybe if it rains, holy, it will be insane. What's the Illuminati thing? This one? How do you do it? USGS San Juan River now cresting, going straight up, and will be peaking. Oh my God. Did I do mushrooms? Holy 3,250 feet per second. That is the highest CFS I have ever seen on the San Juan ever since I've lived here. I did it at around that 3 years ago, but it was more like 2,900. 3,200 is perf. You know what I'm saying. There's like big 6-foot wave trains. I'm about to get the GoPro. Put it on. Put 5 people on my raft, and we're going to go down the river. And we're going to have like bubble eye, and it'll be like you're on. You're in there. Having fun! Get it! It's going to be awesome. And probably, I'm going to estimate 3 days. Give me 3 days to get the package together. And I will deliver it to you. On the head cam, Arkansas field reports weather woes persist. Holy. That doesn't look good. That does not look good. An overcast sky is reflected in water standing over in between rows of muddy fields. And that's in Mississippi County. Well, doggone it, planting has been spotty and delayed. Estimates for crop conditions are difficult to determine down in Mississippi County. Some fields are being spot planted, and emergence is uneven in some places, even underwater. Kevin Pelt, Conway County. A lot of these corn crops have last from flooding, and significant amount of rice average has been lost, and continued rains and imminent danger of levees breaching is prevalent under the producers in the blippity bloppity hay at $65 a bale. Have you heard that they just sold? Anyway, which states have the most corn left to plant? All the states. A record level 31 million acres of corn is unplanted. Unprecedented. A record level 31 million acres of corn is unplanted. Unprecedented. A record level 31 million acres of corn is unplanted as of June 2nd, according to USDA. That's 67% of the country's estimated 92.8 million corn acres that have been planted, which compares to 77% at the lowest ever recorded at this time. So we're at 67% planted, and 77% planted is the lowest ever in recorded history back in 95. And we have 67% planted. 10% lower than the lowest ever recorded in history. Have you heard about the $65 hay bales in Ohio? I couldn't get my head around this until I read the information and read several transcripts of conversations in this region, especially at the auction at the LaRue Horse and Tack Sale. And the most recent LaRue and Horse and Tack Sale, they got $65 for small square bales of fourth cutting alfalfa mix. I don't think you really know what that means. The same bales of hay, the small ones, that you buy for $5, $4 from the lady up the road, went for $65 in Ohio because no one had protein. They had no grass. Most of this cutting alfalfa mix is higher than 15% alfalfa, which is a 6-time perennial crop cutter annually. That's how shitty it was last year. That's how shitty it was this year. Because let me break it down for you all. They usually have 300 to 500 bales a month that people bring in for them to sell at their auction. Said Janine Heilman, sale organizer. In April, they had 439 bales, all different kinds of cuttings. I'm sure, including cow hay, which is the brown shit. In April of this year, they had 439 bales, and the average bale sold for $5.64. Yeah, that's a normal price. Sometimes they can get up to $7 in a lean year. In May, they only had 195 bales for sale at the auction, averaging $6.91. That's high. Not as high as we are, the dab-worthy, but that's pretty high. The situation, which was slowly been increasing in desperation, hit a peak on Saturday, June 1st. The first with the worst. They had 15 bales of hay and ended up at $65 a bale, which definitely paid their rent. But you read that correctly, $65 for small square bales of fourth cutting alfalfa mix. I don't think you're shocked, Heilman. I think you're fluxed. GFS model showing heavy snow coming in the next few days in the Northwest. No other snow activity through mid-June. Thankfully, I predict an early July blizzard somewhere in the U.S. up high. We'll watch it. And if you check the models, they only get wetter as we deepen into June. Look at this third week of June. From the 14th to the 21st are the worst. Heavy systems going to mean tornadoes, flooding, loss of life. And we have some seismic activity in Nevada. 8 kilometers southwest of Virginia City. 3.7 kicking off. No other quakes of note except a blot echo out here in the Marianas Trench at 180.9 kilometers at 4.5. Expect a larger quake at the surface. And just a week ago, I predicted the same type of blot echo here in New Zealand when a 4.2 kicked off at 192 kilometers. And I predicted a 5.4 to kick off in 24 hours, which happened exactly on the mark 24 hours later. Dutch sense much? I don't know. I don't know if you can even hear me. But it's not a skill. It's a given. And if you just keep repeating yourself, you're bound to win. Worldwide volcano news update. No quakes of note, but we do have some amazing volcano news coming to you soon here live. Explosive activity continues at Reventador to 17,000 feet. Carinci eruption viewed. Popo, volcanic ash, Ducono, Fuego, and many more. Are you picking it up? Did I just put that down? There are no quakes of note. Normal activity worldwide, except revived Russian volcano could cause Pompeii-like destruction, scientists warn. Now, I haven't done any research on this topic at all, except look for the recent articles coming out. And we could definitely take this back to the Smithsonian and get some data there. An extinct volcano has awoken in the Far East Russia that could unleash destruction not seen since the ancient Roman city of Pompeii was destroyed by volcanic eruption 2,000 years ago, scientists warn. Well, I'm not warning about it, but I'm agreeing with the conjecture here. Geophysicists, including Diamond, said in new research that increased seismicity in magma intrusions measured at the Bolshaya Udina volcano since 2017 justify, and they're ancient, its reclassification from extinct to active. Whew. Holy sh... Good time. Sorry, babe. Unrest of the Udina volcano in Kamchatka inferred from the analysis of seismicity and seismic tomography. Whew, that's bad news. But this is the news you need to know. 15 July 2019 hasn't even come out for a month and a half. And for those of you wondering if I am from the future, well, there are no other questions, are there? 15 July 2019. Heads up. I am a time traveler. And I've brought you science from the future. Now, these Russian scientists from the future say the unrest will continue through July at least, because that's when the paper comes out. Heads up. Holy sh! How did Diamond do that? He's amazing. Russian scientists also find liquid blood in extinct Siberian foal dating back to 42 kiloyears, which is when we first saw the sun. The first time the sun was visible to us. Now, many of you think that I am claiming the sun is only 42,000 years old. That's not true. The sun has been here for billions of years, probably like 50 billion. Not the limited, what are we like at, like 8 billion years for the Milky Way? Give me a break. The universe is infinite, everlasting. It's been here forever. It's very hard to comprehend what 100 billion, trillion, quintillion years would mean. But it certainly means we're not alone and they're watching you. Just not interacting. Russian scientists find liquid blood in extinct Siberian foal dating back 42 kiloyears. This is a tiny little horse. It's not foal, it's a foal. There's the little horse. Look at the equine. Oh my God. Glorious. The samples of liquid blood were taken from the tiny horse's heart, which gets my gut. I love that. I love that horse. So they're reverse engineering extinct horses for rich pricks in Russia. Currently, large Ebola outbreak is the new normal, says who? Yes, the World Health Organization, which was developed to give you Lyme disease and other shit. Holy macaroni. The compartmentalization of information is the decimation of the situation. It is your future. The population history of northeastern Siberia since the Pleistocene, in case you're wondering, just came out. It's awesome. I'd read it. It's linked down there. Measles cases surpassed 1,000 in the U.S., the largest outbreak in 25 years. Ebola is the new norm. The measles are the new storm. Have you had mumps and you're rubella? Did you get your shots? What am I, a fucking dog? Holy shit. I took my cannabis, bitches. You want to suck it? Yeah. There's your... You know what that is? That's your injection. Don't you wish you could give everybody a mandatory vaccination for retardation? Sheepalization? How about conformism? How about statism? How about suck my ism? NASA confirms sea level has been falling across the planet for 2 years. Media is silent. Who put this out? Oh, Natural News. Yeah, that douchebag Mike Adams can suck it. He's so full of shit that he doesn't even have the balls to actually research any topics and actually report on them. So he goes like halfway and he stops. Yeah, we reported on this, Mike, like 2 years ago that sea level has been dropping. But we also reported on the fact that the media wasn't silent. They were reporting on the facts that there was catastrophic sea level rise everywhere. The exact opposite of what you've reported in this article, which is why it's a sharticle and you're a fraud, because you barely do any research and you're a prick and your whole video site sucks and all you want to sell is shirts. Hey, Mike, I have some information for you. If you want to be an actual scientist, do some research. Stop all this propaganda on Marinja and all your fucking links here on your sides and below and actually try to help us out. You know who you're helping? Nobody. Hey, Mike Adams, I will never have you on my show. For any reason. That's how important you are. And all you people that watch him, I mean, he has some good information, but in general, he's just a prick and he's looking for some money. Just like most people. Which is unfortunate. Because money is the root of all evil. Do you know about the coldest and wettest October through May ever? Just happened. And the only person that doesn't want money, he's doing it for all the right reasons, is Tony Heller. I can't wait till this guy comes on our show. Because he's so filled with facts and knowledge, which is what we base all of our show on. It's a little bit of fun and a little bit of humor. A little bit of conjecture. But science is about testing your hypothesis, reporting on new information, readjusting your theories to fit the new data, and creating a new hypothesis. This is the scientific method, which is dead, by the way. And if you claim to know anything about climate science or climatology and you think the world is burning up, well, then you're just like Mike Adams and you haven't looked into the data because you're a profit-driven prick who can suck it. Now, the deplorable climate science blog deserves all of your donations and all of your time, because it is one of the most concise repositories of information about the fraud of NASA and NOAA over the last 2 decades that have ever been collected. The deplorable climate science blog you can find at realclimatescience.com. Thank you, Tony. And his most recent blog, the coldest, wettest October, May in the U.S. history, just proves his dedication to the craft of science. From a multidisciplinary approach, he attacks it head on. And he takes names. Check him out. Jupiter will soon be so close to Earth, you'll be able to see its moons without a telescope. Not quite as close as Mars came when it killed most of the people on the planet, but pretty close that if you have binoculars, you'll be able to see a moon of Jupiter. That's a Jovian moon. Holy macaroni. Jupiter, the mighty king, the Jovian king, is regularly visible for those who know where to look and when to look for it. But next week will be a particularly special time for anyone who wants to catch a glimpse of the gas giant, which is a failed brown dwarf or star. The planet, even its moons, will be visible without a telescope. And according to the Ganymede hypothesis, Jupiter, once all of its moons were habitable. Can you imagine if they've been hiding that information from you, how pissed you'd be? In a Skywatching Tips post for the month of June, NASA says Jupiter is at its biggest and brightest this month. Not only that, they're the biggest and brightest fraud on Earth. Not a single answer. NASA. We can't get to the moon. We lost that technology. I don't know where that book is anymore. We read it down somewhere, and then we forgot where we read it, and then they forget it, and then we shot Kennedy and that black guy. Yeah, and then we forgot where it was. You know why I do this? Because I love you. Earth is a less volatile version of the sun, study finds. Now, what this study found was that all the elements on our planet are also on our sun, which means it's not a nuclear reactor converting hydrogen to helium and that whole bullshit story Does not fly. But they're trying to rework the electric universe model into the standard cosmological model, and it's not working out very well because they need to get 50 million degrees out in the atmosphere of the sun here with only 9,000 Kelvin at the surface, which, by the way, thermodynamically is fucking impossible. And you know how they're doing it? They're adding magnetic fields. Oh my God. Yeah. They're adding magnetism. Prehistoric tree is the first of its kind found below the equator. New fossils suggest the chinkapin found today in parts of Asia first took root in the southern hemisphere. 54 million years ago, this plant grew in the southern hemisphere. Today, it grows in the northern hemisphere. Tomorrow, the pole may shift. It's anybody's guess where it'll grow then. We're not guessing. Scientists, Earth endangered by new strain of fact-resistant humans. Yeah, over 85%. Minneapolis, the Borowitz report, scientists have discovered a powerful new strain of fact-resistant humans who are threatening the ability of Earth to sustain life. These sheeple are being reported on a sobering new report, study says. The research conducted at the University of Minnesota identifies a virulent strain of humans who are virtually immune to any form of verifiable knowledge called sheeple. They watch the mainstream, they plug into 5G, and they say he. They drink the water out of the tap, for Christ's sake, leaving scientists at a loss as to how to combat them. Because there's billions, fucking billions. These billions of parasites, which we call sheep or humans, appear to have all the faculties necessary to receive and process information. However, they're employed by people that are perpetuating the lie. And in order to keep their jobs, they've sucked it up and began acting. Holy shit. Now, you want to know about people? Somebody sent me this PDF, and I want to share it with you. It's 25 pages. It's the most informative interrogation, which melds ancient texts, biblical text, historical information, electric universe, the Ganymede hypothesis, and Velikovsky, all in one, to talk about people and what that actually means. Are you a person? Are you wondering what people are? Read the PDF. Do it now. Proper prior planning prevents piss poor performance when you don't know what people are. We thank all of our Patreon supporters. Without you, I would not be doing these videos. Keep it up. If you're new, join us at patreon.com, Oppenheimer Ranch Project. Links are below. One-time donors. Everyone who views this, I can't implore you enough to share these videos on your social media platforms. Without you sharing this, we can't grow because we're being blocked by the algorithms of YouTube. We were demonetized 2 months ago. We reapplied for monetization and haven't heard back in over 28 days. YouTube just demonetized everything that they consider fake information. It's happening before your very lives, before your very eyes. If you don't think they're watching you, they've been watching you for decades. The narrative is being changed, and we're witnessing it. What you need to know is being compartmentalized. You're on a need-to-know basis, which is why they don't want us to continue. If you want us to continue, become a Patreon. Find like-minded people. Share this video. Grow food. Be the change you want to see. It's not easy. But what's coming is going to be very difficult. So you should start preparing now. We love each and every one of you. Proper prior planning prevents piss poor performance. Read about people. Don't be sheeple. We love you. Be safe.